The year 1827 unfurled in Polstead, England, with a deceptive air of tranquility. Gentle breezes stirred the blossoming hedgerows, carrying the sweet scent of wildflowers. Yet, beneath this idyllic facade, a storm raged in the heart of Maria Marten. Weeks had bled into a month since her stepdaughter, Maria, had vanished. Maria, a woman burdened not only by the weight of an illegitimate child, but also by the yearning for a life untainted by societal scorn, had disappeared with William Corder, the man who promised her escape. William, once a figure bathed in the golden glow of Maria's trust, now cast a long, unsettling shadow. His explanations for Maria's absence grew flimsier with each passing day, each excuse unraveling like a moth-eaten tapestry exposed to harsh sunlight. Martha, a woman whose life had been a tapestry woven with hardship and resilience, refused to be lulled by his honeyed words. Sleep, once a refuge from the harsh realities of life, became a battleground. Nightmares, vivid and horrifying, replaced the solace she desperately craved. In these macabre dreams, the Red Barn, a hulking sentinel on the village outskirts, became a recurring motif. Its weathered exterior, normally a silent observer of the changing seasons, transformed into a sinister character in Martha's subconscious. The dreams unfolded with a terrifying clarity, the rusty hinges of the barn door groaning in protest, the stale air thick with the musty scent of old hay, and a darkness that seemed to swallow everything whole. Then, a chilling discovery: a single, disturbed floorboard stained a sickly shade of brown against the backdrop of dust. Each night, the dreams intensified, revealing more of the gruesome tableau. A chipped teacup, a fragment of Maria's shawl, a glint of a gold locket, each object a tangible piece of a horrific puzzle. Martha awoke each morning bathed in a cold sweat, the lingering scent of damp earth clinging to her like a shroud. The line between dream and reality blurred, the visions gnawing at the edges of her sanity. Driven by a mother's love that transcended societal judgment and the sting of gossip, Martha confided in the local authorities. Her voice, raw with emotion and choked by a rising tide of grief, trembled as she recounted the grotesque details of her nocturnal visits to the Red Barn. The skepticism etched on the faces of the officers mirrored the disbelief of the villagers. Yet, the sheer desperation in her eyes, a reflection of the unwavering conviction that burned in her soul, forced them to heed her pleas. A group of officers, a mixture of skepticism and morbid curiosity swirling in their eyes, trudged towards the Red Barn on a late afternoon heavy with an unspoken dread. The late summer sun cast long, menacing shadows across the cobbled path. The air grew heavy, thick with an unidentifiable, unsettling tension. As they approached the barn, the silence was deafening, broken only by the rasping breaths of the officers and the frantic pounding of Martha's heart. The rusty hinges of the barn door shrieked in protest as the officers pushed it open. A wave of stale air, thick with the stench of dust and decay, assaulted their senses. In the dim light filtering through the grimy windows, the interior of the barn resembled the stage set for a macabre play. Cobwebs hung like ghostly draperies, and farm implements cast grotesque shadows in the fading light. Then, a wave of nausea crashed over them. A pungent odor, unmistakable and horrifying, emanated from a specific corner of the barn. With hearts pounding a frantic rhythm against their ribs, they moved towards the source of the stench. There, beneath a layer of dust and disturbed hay, lay Maria. Her lifeless form, a stark indictment of William's treachery, was a chilling confirmation of Martha's dreams. The idyllic picture William had painted: a secret elopement, a future bathed in sunshine, shattered into a million pieces. The Red Barn, once a symbol of hope for Maria, stood now as a grim monument to betrayal. William, cornered like a frightened rat in a collapsing maze, clung desperately to his fabricated story. He spun a desperate tale of a broken heart and a self-inflicted demise, his voice cracking with a hollowness that betrayed the lies that tumbled from his lips. But the jury was not swayed by his performance. Martha's dreams, dismissed by some as the ramblings of a grief-stricken woman, became the linchpin of the case. They were a chilling testament to the power of the subconscious, a connection that transcended the boundaries of the physical world. These dreams, as vivid as a memory and as real as the cold, lifeless hand of Maria, became a beacon of truth in a sea of deceit. William's conviction and subsequent hanging brought a semblance of justice to Maria's memory. Yet, the question of Martha's dreams lingered, a dark cloud refusing to dissipate. Were they a mere manifestation of a worried mind piecing together clues, whispers carried on the wind of suspicion, or something more profound? A message from beyond the veil, a desperate plea from Maria's restless spirit seeking solace. The answer remained shrouded in the same mystery that clung to the cobbled streets of Polstead. News of the Red Barn murder and Martha's prophetic dreams spread like wildfire across England. Pamphlets were printed, depicting the gruesome scene and the brave woman whose intuition had brought the truth to light. Ballad singers wove the tale into their mournful melodies, the haunting verses echoing through bustling marketplaces and quiet country lanes. Martha, however, found no solace in the notoriety. The nightmares, though less frequent, continued to plague her sleep. In them, she would see not just the Red Barn, but William's face contorted in a grotesque mask of fear and rage. Sometimes, a single, accusing tear would roll down his cheek, a chilling reminder of the humanity she refused to acknowledge in the waking world. One stormy night, years after the trial, Martha dreamt of the Red Barn bathed in an unnatural light. As she drew closer, a figure emerged from the shadows, Maria. But this was not the Maria she remembered, vibrant and full of life. This Maria was pale and ethereal, her eyes filled with a profound sadness. Mother Maria's voice whispered, like the rustling of dry leaves, "I am at peace now. But there is one thing." The dream dissolved, leaving Martha gasping for breath in the darkness. The unfinished sentence echoed in her mind, a nagging question mark. Was Maria truly at peace? Or was there something more she needed, something Martha had yet to understand? Driven by a renewed sense of purpose, Martha delved into the details of the case, scrutinizing every scrap of evidence, every whispered rumor. She spoke with villagers who had known Maria and William, searching for any detail that might have been overlooked. Slowly, a new piece of the puzzle began to emerge. An old woman, known for her knowledge of herbs and potions, came forward. She spoke of a heated argument between Maria and William on the night of her disappearance, a fight that ended with William storming out of the village tavern. The woman also mentioned a vial he had purchased earlier that day, a vial rumoured to contain a powerful sedative. Armed with this new information, Martha petitioned the authorities to reopen the case. Though initially reluctant, the weight of public opinion, fueled by the enduring fascination with the Red Barn murder, forced their hand. William's body, which had been dissected and displayed after his execution, was exhumed. Traces of the sedative were found in his remains. The revelation sent shockwaves through England. William Corder, once considered a cunning deceiver, was now exposed as a cold-blooded murderer who had used a potent poison to ensure Maria's silence. The truth, finally unearthed, brought a bittersweet closure to the case. Martha, though haunted by the lingering mysteries of her dreams, found a measure of peace. Maria's spirit, it seemed, could finally rest, knowing that her story had been told in its entirety, the truth laid bare for all to see. Yet, the Red Barn remained a silent sentinel, a chilling reminder of the nightmarish events that had unfolded within its walls, a testament to the enduring power of a mother's love and the whispers that sometimes echo from beyond the veil.